quiet tension. What is the true cost of a $3 t-shirt? For years, a direct-from-factory loophole allowed billions of cheap parcels to flood the globe, completely duty-free. As governments impose new tariffs, regulators issue record fines, and Amazon launches a strategic counteroffensive, the era of frictionless, ultra-fast retail is facing a massive structural reset. This map illustrates the sheer scale of the operation. In 2025 alone, an estimated 5.8 billion low-value e-commerce parcels entered the European Union, a 26% jump from the year prior. Moving this volume of cheap goods relies on a single mechanism, bypassing formal borders. Without that friction, the direct-to-consumer model thrives. The driving force behind this output is the customer-to-manufacturer approach, which demands immense industrial coordination. Platforms like Shein utilize micro-batches of just 100 to 200 items. They scale production up only if real-time data proves there is active consumer demand. Temu goes a step further, using algorithmic reverse auctions. Multiple factories bid for the exact same order, and the algorithm selects the absolute lowest price. Achieving rock-bottom consumer pricing through relentless factory bidding requires severe cost-cutting. This creates a highly pressurized system, one that inevitably attracts the attention of global authorities. Authorities in Seoul, South Korea, recently initiated aggressive safety inspections of products sold on these cross-border platforms. According to regulators, the testing data showed alarming toxicity. One pair of shoes from Shein contained toxic phthalates at 428 times the permitted safety level. Meanwhile, lead was detected in Temu sandals at 11 times the permissible limit. The scrutiny extends beyond chemical safety. Following media and NGO investigations, these supply chains have faced allegations that workers endured 75-hour workweeks. In its 2024 sustainability report, Shein disclosed finding 2 cases of child labor within its supplier network, prompting the company to suspend those factories. These discoveries documented severe health and human rights violations embedded in ultra-fast retail, forcing Western regulators to actively intervene. European regulators began utilizing new legal frameworks to address the influx of illegal and unsafe products reaching EU consumers. On May 28, 2026, the European Commission hit Temu with a €200 million fine under the Digital Services Act for failing to assess these systemic risks. Beyond safety penalties, authorities targeted the core financial engine of the direct-from-factory sector, its total reliance on the de minimis border tax exemption. The United States indefinitely suspended this duty-free treatment starting in August 2025 and continued the policy by executive order in February 2026. Packages from overseas are now subject to formal customs entry and tariffs, severely disrupting a global business model built entirely around frictionless borders. Europe followed suit. On July 1, 2026, the European Union implemented its own policy targeting cheap e-commerce imports. This animation illustrates the mechanism, a temporary €3 flat customs fee applied to low-value parcels. Because this fee is charged per category, a single package containing different types of items, like a shirt, a toy, and a watch, could be hit with multiple compounding charges. This categorical fee structure mathematically neutralizes the razor-thin profit margins required to make the ultra-low-cost business model function. As the border rules change, the world's largest e-commerce giant is actively recalibrating its fee structures to defend its market share. This chart shows Amazon's response, drastically reducing referral fees for cheap apparel in the US, dropping the commission on items under $15 from 17% down to just 5%. Amazon quickly expanded these exact same fee cuts into its European, Canadian, and Japanese marketplaces, and launched a mobile-only storefront named Amazon Haul, featuring items strictly under $20. While Haul competes on price, Amazon holds a massive structural advantage. Reports show that the intense pressures of increased shipping costs, immense marketing spend, and new tariffs are directly impacting the disruptor's financials. To capture global market share, Temu relies on heavy subsidies. reports estimate they lose approximately $30 per order. Parent company PDD Holdings is feeling this weight, reporting a nearly 15% net income drop in Q1 2026, down to 12.5 billion yuan. Shein is facing a similar reality check. In 2024, the company's global net profit reportedly plummeted by about 40%, down to $1 billion. Its private valuation, which once peaked at an estimated $100 billion in 2022, has contracted significantly. Recent reports target a $30 to $50 billion valuation as the company navigates regulatory pushback against its IPO attempts. The economic arbitrage that fueled this massive boom is evaporating. The war for the global consumer has become a high-stakes battle of supply chain endurance, localized infrastructure, and regulatory survival.